Hello, my loves. How are you all? I'm so grateful that you have joined me today. It's been a while since I've last posted, just simply because I've been coming into completion with some confusion and doubt within myself. But it's very clear as day. The messages have been released or released to me that this is the service in which I have to give. And so I'm so grateful to come on here and to just share with you what has been coming through in my field. So much has happened since really just sitting in stillness and on focusing on the silence and swimming in the void. Not much has happened. It's just in the field at the moment. I can feel there has been a throat chakra release. Not being able to speak. Somebody had an issue with not being able to speak, and that's cleared the field for us now to have that confidence to speak. I'm also feeling the Holy Trinity, the Triad coming online. So I do feel like a lot of release of love and unity has been literally pouring into our field as we know it, and I just feel it and sense it. And really my intention now is to do a reading for the collective, but it's to be as raw and vulnerable and be the sensual divine feminine embodiment that I know myself to be, and that's very wise and very powerful. And with your co-creation, let's see what wants to come through my deviation cards, and see what wants to come through now as a message. I'm going to be using my Liberty of Love Tarot. Passion. I was saying passion, and it comes with a 29. So it's very interesting because I've always looked at this card and been like, this is a strange illustration for something that represents passion. We basically have what looks like the crucifixion of Jesus with purple halo. And I strongly feel like this passion is a releasing of false narrative into unconditional love, that Christ light. And that's what passion is really, is remembering the inner union that Christ radiated and sacrifice. I wouldn't say sacrifice, because I guess so, because it was in his era, it was more of a he was devoted completely to the cause of his truth, to the understanding of his divinity, that he illustrated that by standing in his truth. And that's true passion. I always say people with passion are they literally go for it. And this card feels like it's coming up for the collective, because it really is a time for us, and I know I've been saying this, but to really get into the union of the self, the divine masculine, feminine, and the child, and to play with these ancient energies, for us to really come into full embodiment as loving beings of that radiant light which we all carry. I'm going to pick another card and see what wants to come through, please, Spirit. What is intuition? Intuition is your guiding force. There are ships sailing in this image, and I feel like intuition for me at the moment, because a lot of people say, oh, how do you get your messages? And it's like, my messages are, they come in many ways, but usually they just come from a deep knowing. And these messages are basically guiding me and you and everyone. Our intuition just guide us. It's like a deep knowing of something beyond the knowing that doesn't need explanation. And that's what intuition is. It's a knowing that does not need an explanation. It's stuff the feminine can only provide. I'm really curious to see what card wants to come after that. Please, Spirit, guide us to the collective. Wow, this is so profound. It's ridiculous. Forgiveness. So I feel like this is where this card and the trinity of both, all three, has come into force. And forgiveness is giving yourself grace. And I don't know what kind of animal it is, but it's smelling flowers. And forgiveness is giving yourself grace, giving yourself the space, giving love back into yourself. I feel like a lot of us are going through this deep transformation right now of rebirthing ourselves by actually being completely blind in the dark, as you'd say, because your intuition is the guiding light, and then finding the light within ourselves, which is the passion. So all three correlates to each other perfectly. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. I would actually like to invite Archangel Gabriel and Metatron right now just to help us through this reading. I want to pick for my Mother Peace card and see what wants to come through for us. Wow. It doesn't get much more divine feminine than that. The star. And the star and there's water elements, as you can see, same as intuition. It's healing energy. This is a time, well, it's not just a time, it's the new moon and it's in Scorpio. And actually just before I made this video, I went for a lovely swim in the coldest lake. But it was refreshing and it was healing, and water is cleansing. So there's a lot of cleansing energy coming in, and the message that I'm getting from all of these cards is flow. I feel like we are flowing into a new reality where healing is abundance, where healing is the receptive feminine just receiving. And that's what I'm getting, especially with forgiveness, because once you forgive everything, because everything is already you, then there's space and there's a massive release, and you're able to kind of enjoy the pleasures and the passion and the senses beyond the 12 senses or the 4 senses. Oh, we just picked a Hierophant. So yes, that's what I was feeling. I feel like we are definitely releasing the old control of what we thought was like the old control of what we thought we wanted and how we wanted to direct our lives. But now, because we've been guided to follow our intuition, we are kind of letting go of control, rewriting the script in a new sense. And I feel really strongly that we're doing it as a collective, and I can feel the support, and I'm really so grateful for you guys. It's ridiculous. One more card, 3, pleasure. So we're getting a lot of pleasure and leisure and healing from the star energy, the Venusian energy. And also this feels actually, now that I'm looking at all these cards, it does feel like I'm still feeling the Trinity, because you've got the masculine, the Hierophant, who's more structure, physical. You've got the feminine, healing, water. And you've got the Ace of Cups, which is just pleasure, with the white swans there, just chilling. Before I close out, I would love to do one of my Dolphins Oracle card, just because it's calling me and I love them. And it's, wow. I just want to take a moment and say, wow. We have wish fulfilled, fulfillment. And that's what's happening. Like, we are forgiving and releasing, and we're creating and guiding through what seems to me like abundant timeline. 8, infinity, and it's the merging of both unions. It's infinite. It's, yeah, it is what it is. But yes, this is a completely new timeline of leisure and pleasure and more love for the self and for others, collectively. And I feel so grateful and great to share with you guys. If you have any comment or want to co-create in the comments section, you're more than welcome to. And I send you guys all my love as always. Kita motoro ikkenayo. Have a wonderful day.